start with you having a discussion with business. So if I'm a business, is it a top level discussion? That's where everything start, Jeff, or is it a mid level where you having a discussion with the internal CTOs or IT directors, IT manager? Or is it always strategy level for the president and CEO of the
Yeah,
companies?
I mean we're focused on C-level services. It's always one or the other of those. It's more often the CEO or CFO, COO, um,
Hmm.
for whatever reason, business executives who are trying to maybe bring in an expert that they don't have in the building today. There's a lot of companies in the mid-market. We consider mid-market like 10 million up to a billion revenue. There are a lot of companies that are either relying on a vendor for their IT services or they have an IT manager or an IT director that is an internal person, but really focused mainly on keeping the lights on
Yeah.
and keeping the hackers away, which is great. And
Yeah.
those are table stakes today. You've got to have reliable IT, and you've got to avoid the breaches and the hacks, of course. But it's really just table stakes, right? There's no competitive advantage in a lot of these companies. They don't see IT contributing to their top line. It's not part of the conversation when they're trying to land new customers.
Yeah.
And so we help them find those opportunities. So it just the strategic nature of that, it ends up being typically a business leader. Every now and then we have a CIO, CTO who engages us, and that is usually like special project leadership. We're working on one right now that's a merger and acquisition. That's fairly common, where they don't want to hand that to a project manager level staff
Hmm.
person. There's a lot of diplomacy needed in an M&A event.
Yeah.
A lot of delicate, culture overlaps and culture conflict and expectations management, things like that. So we get involved in those. We get involved in enterprise systems projects. We're hired by
Yeah.
CIOs a lot of times for that, ERP, CRM, HCM, um, just
Yeah.
because they're so complex. But that's the exception, really. Most of the time, it is sort of a wide
Yeah.
technology
Anything the
or
business require. Any.